Why are you going to Gmail? No one said to do that. There we go. Wait a minute. I'm pretty sure I have a better one. Like somewhere. 89, never mind. Alright. Oh yeah. Welcome in. I got you, Lucid. Okay, so your first card is the King of Pentacles. Right now, there's something that is already built within on the physical that is stable and able to be reaped at this time. So really focus on the mastery of or the completion of something that you've either been building or something that's been building around you. Um, with the Wheel of Fortune upright, it is going to be ending in a good favor. So whatever you've built up in regards to whatever, however this is, for whether it's like building up the courage to get, um, go to the job interview, or like, going asking someone out on a date or starting a new business, or however this is for you, it is going to end up in a positive manner. But whatever you've been going through is coming to a very uplifting and happy ending. Yeah, I'm doing 2 free card pulls. They're donation based, but you don't have to donate if you don't want to. How we all doing though? How's everyone feeling? This isn't a very good time to stream, obviously, but I just felt the urge to at this time. So something's gonna happen later on. Someone has to call. Or someone sent the call at least. Welcome in, welcome in. How are we? How we doing? How are we doing? Well, I'm just listening to music in the background. Just grounding tones. It is a good day. After I get off stream, I'm gonna go outside and spend a lot of time out there. Because I need to. I really need to, actually. The internet doesn't reach outside, unfortunately, so I can't stream outside. It's like I've been trying to find a way. It's just impossible to. So I stream inside and then go outside for the other things that I can do. Heck yeah. What are we growing in the garden? My dad and I used to have like a small tomato farm. A garden. Not farm. It was a garden, not a farm, my bad. It was like a tiny like tomato farm. Very, very tiny. But it gave really good tomatoes. I love radishes. Not many people like radishes, but I really do. Yeah, I used to like strawberries, and then I went through a phase where I didn't. And now I like them again. I don't know what's going on with me and strawberries. We have like a weird like on and off thing. But right now strawberries are good. I've never had pickle radishes before. Sounds interesting though. There we go. Nice. Heck yeah. I would love to have like a little garden or like a plant to take care of. As a child, I've always wanted like a Venus flytrap. Like when I was a child, I wanted one. Like I seen it was because my dad made me watch what is that? What is that? Oh my god, the Feed Me Seymour movie. Um Was it House of Horrors? Someone's House of Horrors? Yeah, Little Shop of Horrors. That's what it is. Yeah. My dad made me watch that movie when I was little, and I always wanted like a Venus flytrap ever since. I'm like, can I have one? He's like, you have to take care of it. I said, yeah, I'll figure out how to. I never got one, but after watching that, and I have like very vivid memories of me watching it too. It was a really interesting movie. I don't know why. It's like a key memory or something right now. Welcome in, welcome in. How we feeling? How we doing? We had that movie on VHS. I grew up on a VHS player. It was so weird. We had like a rotary phone until I was like 13. I didn't have like my own phone until like I think it was like 8th grade. They were like, if you can like get your math grades up, we'll let you get a phone. And I had got my math grades up and got a phone. But other than that, I didn't really have much electronics other than like a family computer. And I had an Xbox at one point, but you know, I didn't really play on it that much. I guess I don't know. There's been a lot of things that's been like happening in themes recently. Like the past like few days have all been very themed around different movies that I've watched. It's been really weird. The heck? We got bugs flying in here. Because apparently all the wildlife wants to fly in here. We had birds. I had like a bee fly in here. I had to help the bee fly out. There's been 2 beetles that's flown in here, and I've helped them get out. There was a wasp. Like, I don't know. Every like animal wants to just hop in here right now, which is a really good sign for me at least. Well, I mean, I guess don't watch out for, um, watch out for being eaten by overgrown like vegetation, or be careful of the abundance coming in. Don't let that uh get the most of you. It could be that too, because it's green. Or don't let the new beginning scare you because of how like, you know, new it is. Is it paid readings? No, it's donation based. You don't have to donate, but it's appreciated if you do. But you can just they're for free. Yeah, teeth was weird. I remember teeth. I was like in middle school. Everyone was talking about it. It was really weird. But yeah, the readings are free. You don't have to like donate or anything. I do it out of love, just out of helping. And there's no limit. I mean, if as long as I'm not like backed up on readings, there's not really a limit to how many readings one person can get. You know, unless I like say that's enough. You know what I mean? Like, unless it's like an absurd amount. But you know, no one, no one's gonna cross that boundary that I know of. That I know of. I appreciate that, Michael. I really do. I'm just I'm just doing what I'm called to do. I don't know. Cause it's like I don't know. I just kind of been pushed down the alleyway of going through tarot, and I don't know. I wouldn't know how to describe it. I would have to like sit down and think about it because it's just been wild. It's only been a year. It hasn't even been. It's like you, you know what I mean? Like it's coming up on being 2 years, and it's like that's how quick this stuff has gone. And I don't know. I don't know, man. When you're chosen for something, it happens like that. It smacks you. We can use the tarot deck, the shadow deck, the animal deck, or the archangel deck. We can use either of them, or you can pull one card from one and one card from another if you want. Funny hat. That's what's up. Don't wait on the abundance to come in. Um, Begin to actualize that the abundance is in you first. Because you're if you're waiting on it, that means you're waiting on it to come to you from an outside source. When you're in the energy of knowing that it's coming from the inside of the inside of you, you begin to attract it to you instead of needing to search for signs or to wait for certain guidance in that sense. So really practice like tuning into that part of you, where you can begin to attract and become magnetic in that sense, and know that like what since you're even thinking about it is showing proof that it wants to be within you and or around you, or that it's supposed to be something that's coming to you. It's just about following that path all the way through, without fear, that leads you to that answer. You just gotta make sure it's what you truly want, though. And welcome in, welcome in. Glad that you could finally catch it live. How we feeling? That's exactly, yeah. That's what you gotta do, Tiana. Just know that it's all within you, and that you can't miss your beat as long as you're aligned within yourself. Stay grounded, stay centered, and you'll find your way down the path. But yeah, Striker, we can either use the tarot deck, the shadow deck, animal deck, or the archangel, or one of the two, or one from two. Excuse me. I'll get the words right. Yeah, and being grateful, exactly. Like today, like I today was so weird because like um I went out and got some coffee earlier, and someone just handed me this like Jesus loves you thing, and it has like a little Jesus doll in it. It was like really cute, and it just like lit up my day. I was like, I don't know why I needed that today. I just needed that, and it was just really nice to have. So I've been getting my signs. All right, word. Which one were you? Which words were you wanting to mix, Striker? And we can get you for that. Animal and tarot, got you. But I did not mean to hit a laptop. The animal one. I got you. Oh wait, right. I don't know what I was doing there. I'm about to watch a movie for the first time in forever. I'm thinking about watching The Sinners. And a few people that I know are talking about it. I'm like, okay, I might need to watch it. All right. So, Striker, your animal card is Tiger, which is patience. You are being reminded that persistence is what's necessary to attain your goals. You need to be patient and trust that the universe will help you through your challenges and divine timing. Success is guaranteed. And then you have the Five of Pentacles. So right now, um, really allow yourself to tap into your feeling state. You're moving off of like a rational part of you where you're kind of being reactive, like you're getting stressed out, your five senses are being inflamed, you're feeling like things are running out of time, you feel like you need to do more, or like you need to pack things up, or something needs to move faster in a sense. um so really just be in a deeper energy. Tap into that feminine resource inside of you, the moon energy, lunar energy, especially with the tiger coming out as well. um and tap into that knowing that things aren't solid yet. Things aren't, at the end. Things are still moving, things are still morphing and changing. You're just able to see what it's looking like now on the physical. You're not seeing the final product. You're not knowing what's going to happen the next day or the next few hours. Keeping that optimism is really key at this point. So really keep a check on yourself and see where you might be, starting to panic or start to think about things, needing to, hurry up, or thinking about rushing things, or, just jumping the gun on something. But really, like, take it easy, take it slow, and use logic over emotions at this time. Like, really be in a more logical way, in a more logical sense, but allow that to nurture you instead of like, you know focusing on the bad. Know that there's always going to be a solution, and then, allow that to comfort you, allow that to be your nurturing, and then begin to start focusing on things that are going to benefit you, even if it's things that you might not do immediately. Just be like, yeah, even if it's like a silly idea, or like an idea that's not too serious, just agree with it to allow yourself to be like, okay, well, if you agree with this, then you would agree with that, and go down that, snowball effect down that path. Because you have to like do the exact opposite of what happens when you go down those loopholes of second guessing yourself, or it being in like in a in a lower vibrational sense, or like a pessimistic energy towards ideas. Because that's what's happening in that. So you have to do the exact reverse and just start giving yourself ideas that will generate more optimistic ideas, not pessimistic. Excuse me. You said animal and angel, but yeah. And Tiana here, I'm gonna get yours here real quick. And of course, Striker, I got you, no worries. Alright. So Tiana, your angel card is the World, Archangel Michael. A very happy ending, coming full circle, spiritual growth and insight. And your animal card is Armadillo, protection. You are entering a phase where, in order for you to be in alignment with your intentions and co-create your best life, you may have to be discerning and say no to many things that have been holding you back in the past. So yeah, you're at the end of a cycle. Things are good. You are protected. Michael's letting you know that you're also protected. You can call upon Michael for protection as well in that sense. Whatever you've been going through is coming to an end. For a benefit. The energy's been like that for the past few weeks, honestly. I got my I got my very first reading yesterday. Yeah, that was yours, Tiana. Oh, but I had my very first reading yesterday, and it was a rune reading. And I was very shocked. I had a lot. It was a very, very beautiful experience, and I got to the experience, but it was like to receive a reading in a sense, and I was like, damn, I this is a very beautiful thing. I get it. But that was a really interesting day. It was a very good reading too. We've been pretty in depth with it. I'm just happy that everything's going well. I'm just I don't know. It's because things have just been so blank, and I haven't been worried or stressed out about it. I've just been doing whatever. So I got confirmation that I was doing good on that aspect, and that everything's a-okay. And I was like, shit, okay, well, good. All right, I'll just keep doing this then. I'm fine with that. I don't have to worry about anything. I don't have to jump up and down and scream. I just get to do this. Okay, cool. Hands up still. I don't really know much about runes either. I've done runes a little bit when I was doing sigils, but I just didn't dive into it. I chose sigils over runes, but runes hold a very interesting and special energy. I haven't met a lot of people who are into runes. Yeah, I've never got a tarot reading. Well, I've had my oracle read. I've never had a tarot reading though. And oracle readings are different. You know what I mean? Every divination style is different. But I don't know. From my experience, when I'm using oracle versus tarot cards, there's a difference in the energy that's present, at least for me as a reader. I don't know if that's different for other people or not. That's interesting, Striker. You know, there's a game on North mythology. My God, what is it called? Oh my God, dude, the game is so beautiful. It's hand painted. Jotun, I think. Is that how you say it? I'm just gonna say how it looks. It's Jotun. Yeah, but it's basically you're a Viking that died, and you're fighting a bunch of the gods and goddesses to reclaim your life back, and to prove your honor to the gods that you deserve to be brought back. It's a super cool game. It's wild. Like you make constellations in the game. There's so much. You see Yggdrasil. I didn't say the name right, obviously. But you go through all that, dude. It's such a beautiful game. Yeah, I love astrology too. That's that's like one of the root things within in like the lifestyle of tarot. Because basically what happens is like everyone's like, oh, some people are into like astrology, some people are into like chemistry and metaphysics and stuff, and some people are in the sciences of numbers and whatever. That's basically the lifestyle of tarot. It's just been split apart and separated, and it's not like together like how it's supposed to be, because every subject is a literal placement and a key for the other subject. It connects everything together, but they've been separated and split apart into like different sections, and it caused so much diversity that it's just like that's the big issue with it. And welcome in, welcome in. How we doing? How we feeling? But yeah, eventually it'll click. I mean, obviously, a lot of people already know that though. It's just one of those things where until it's acknowledged by like the masses, so more a higher percentage of people, it's not gonna like. Not that it's not set in stone. It's just not gonna be valued. That's awesome. I had a friend that used dice for divination. She explained to me how she did it. Um, but she had very specific meanings for her numbers for certain, you know. But that's what her ancestors were calling her to do. And I haven't talked to her after that. Like after we talked to each other, like I gave her a tarot reading, and because we were friends for a long time. Like I was her friend online. We were online friends since we were both like 11. It was crazy. Um, but yeah, we just like split ways after that and have not talked. It was a very beautiful and interesting life that we had as friends, but we just don't talk anymore. Oh word! I didn't know it was called Joshua Tree. Yeah, it's a gypsy thing, 1000%, dude. I love gypsies so much. I really do. I love when Daniel comes in. Daniel always just knows something about. Yeah, so if someone says anything in chat, Daniel always has a response, and I love it. It's just so. It's like I love it so much. I really do. It adds so much more interaction. People got questions, and someone has an answer. It's just you're observing. Hell yeah. You seen Googie, dude? I forgot the ping in the server. I guess I don't, and it doesn't matter. It don't matter. I'll do it anyway, though. I'll get screamed at. But I don't. Oh. Okay, word. Yeah. Damn, you've been in here for a minute, just chilling. That's what's up. Yeah, I just like hosting that, like places like this all the time. I don't know. I like homey energy, and I give good energy. I give good vibes to people. I always leave space, so I always like, I don't know. It's easy for me to do, uh, but I'd rather do it in like in a person, like in real life setting than online. I don't know. So, but regardless, like a space is a space. It doesn't matter. The specifics don't have to be kinked out just yet. You know. Yeah, one of my friends, they went on a date, a second date with this girl that they've been talking to, and they went to go see the Minecraft movie. He told us, and we thought it was, we just started laughing. We thought it was so cute. It was like, I don't know. He was the only one to scream chicken jockey in the theater though, so it was kind of funny. But they had a fun time. I haven't seen it yet either. The only thing I know about it is like that one song and chicken jockey, because that's all like any of my friends say. I don't have to like go on the internet. I just have to talk to my friends for a few minutes, and they're already like saying things. It's like, okay, well these this is the new thing that's happening. What's going on with that? And I get filled in. It's so funny. It's like hilarious because like it's a mix of worlds. Everyone misbehaved. Well, that's good. Yeah, at the theater, no one like threw popcorn or anything. It was only like 7 people in there, but you know, at least it's not like the other ones. I've seen some of the videos. And those things are bizarre. So I I'm good. That's why I don't go like watch premieres. I only watched one premiere, and it was because I knew no one was gonna go to it. Welcome in, Synth. How we doing? How we doing? I think everyone's too scared to go. I think everyone's just like, I don't want to get thrown. I don't want to have popcorn thrown on me. I don't want to have like all that stuff. But people buy out the theater to do that, so it's not like a, you know, it's not as public as you would think. The last movie I went to go see in a theater was Ghostbusters 2. Well, was it? Is it 2? The one they just released. That was the last one I watched. I think it was 2. I think that's the name of it. I don't remember. That was a good movie. Yeah, I'm doing very well today. Hope you're doing just as well, Christina. Yeah, I don't go to theaters that much unless I go with people. Um, but just like, I don't know. I got out of my comfort zone a lot last year, and I went to go see movies like every other weekend. Um, when I was at the apartment, and that was a very interesting and fun time of life. I would watch mainly the same movie over and over again just to analyze it if there wasn't anything else that I wanted to watch. So I don't know. That was a fun thing to do. Yeah, and then there's 1, 2, 3 movies. There's another site too. Uh, that I don't remember the name of, but it's a lot better because it also has like TV shows and stuff. But I don't remember the name of it. I actually don't. I thought it would be in my favorites, but it's not. So I had to go to my friend's DMs. Yeah, if you want the site, just DM me and let me know, and I'll find it and send it to you. But it's just how that's just the casual conversations here. It's just beautiful. Required film, yeah, film. I took a film class. I had to. It was required as well. But I took a film and video editing class. I learned how to use those fucking huge like hook cameras, like the huge overhead ones. I learned how to steer those, and that was fun. That was really fucking. It's a lot easier than it looks. It's really a lot easier than it looks. But that was really fun. What's up? How we doing? How we feeling? Yeah, exactly, Christina. That's why I watch the same movie over and over again. Um, the movie I watched the most was God, what was it called? A night, a night with the devil or something. It was like a '90s TV host. You know, it gets a girl who can talk to a demon because she was raised in a cult. And I was getting in deep with that movie because I watched it like 6 times in a row. It was awful. Because there's just like there was so many like occult things. There was like an Aleister Crowley reference that I was like digging hard in. Like Moloch was in it, the Owls were in it, um, Abraxas was in it. It's like I wanted to figure like what is this movie trying to like what's deeper than this? Like what's going on with all these? Why are these specific? Like why are they chosen for this? Why are these demons specifically chosen for that? So that was interesting. Yeah, apparently, from what my mentor says, Pirates of the Caribbean has a lot of tarot knowledge in it, and I'm gonna have to like ask him to like, we're gonna have to figure out how to hang out and just watch movies like that because he says that there's like, it's, there's 3 movies in particular. Um, it's like Lord of the Rings, I think. It's Pirates of the Caribbean, and another one that like talk about tarot heavily that he knows of, and he's broken it down like millions of times for people. I need him to do that for me because I haven't seen the Pirates of the Caribbean either, so I won't have like an attachment to like any of the characters or who they're supposed to be or anything of that nature. So I'll be able to like get the information like as clean as possible. Yeah, Lord of the Rings talks about interstellar worlds too. Like I know about these movies and like what they talk about. I've just never seen them in that sense. Um, if I watch them, I need to be in like an esoteric mindset, or like deep diving in that sense. Um, I was like that when I was a child too. Like my mom tried to get me to watch Harry Potter and stuff, and I was like, I don't want to watch any of this. I just like I'm gonna go back to my room and just like stare at my wall for an hour. I don't want to watch this right now. Yeah, it seems like a movie. It seems like a really funny movie. Oh, the name of that one? Night with the Devil. Hold on, let me look up the actual name of it and paste it in chat for you. Oh, that was 2 years ago? Oh my god. Wow. Holy shit. Damn. Time flies when you're having a spiritual awakening. And yeah, you can have a two card. What are you wanting it about? In what deck? The tarot deck, animal deck, angel deck, or shadow deck? And Tiana, that is the name of the movie. It's an hour long. It's like really short. Um, and it's very interesting. But when you watch it, you will like immediately off rip, you'll start picking up like, oh, they're talking about this, they're talking about that. There's obvious ones in there, and then there's these like smaller nuances that I noticed later on. There's a few hand symbols like there mudras that were used, a lot of them. Um, there was a few Masonic hand symbols in there too. Dude, the movie's just crazy. I had to like watch it a bunch of times over again. I can't watch tarot, dude. I watched it once and that was enough. I can't, like, it's just not a good. It's okay. Like, it was cute, like, sure, but it's like, really? I didn't like it. It didn't like upset me. It was just, I just was not for me. Wrong audience. But I want to break it down because I know that there's stuff in it that it's talking about. It's like, I just don't. I'll just skip around. If I have to, I'll skip around in the movie. You know what I mean? I'll only watch specific points. Yeah, I can't get into it either. Uh, I only got to see it once. The only reason I stayed is because I was watching it in the theater, and I didn't want to leave. I was like, I spent money. I have like popcorn and whatever, so I'm just gonna sit here and deal with it. What we do in the shadows. I never watched that either. I never watched the Perry Jackson series either. There was a thing in my middle school where you had to read the book, and if you read the book and passed a test, you got to go watch the movie, and I just didn't want to do that. It just was not. I could care less. I'm not gonna get bribed to go see a movie that I'm probably not even gonna like, just because I like passed a test. I'm not doing it. Fuck that. I'm okay. Yeah, definitely. If you're watching it at home, like, do it like part by part. And don't like skip around, but like, do like hour-long sessions or something. Well, no, because that's, why would I say that movie is not like hours long? My bad. I don't know what I was thinking. Do like sections of like 10 minutes or something, like 15 minutes or something, and then like just dissect just that part, and then move on or something, or do it like or however, you know what I mean. Space it out. It's been forever since I've seen that movie, so I don't know like how long it is anymore. I just want to know why the fool was the Joker. Is my question. Like on on a playing deck of cards, they pulled the Joker, not the fool. So why? I'm not gonna spoil it, but I'm just gonna say that it's like that doesn't make sense to me. Like we're like kind of the same divination because yeah, they follow the same regimen by like suits and stuff, and like the numerology and everything, but like the fool is something particular, and the Joker is more of like your jest. So it was really weird to see that. That was my huge like nitpick though. I was like, I don't get this. Like that's just kind of the trickster. Yeah, possibly medieval preference. I mean, yeah, but still, like a jester isn't really like what the fool would be. Because fool just means new or young, one that's not mature or or knows much. April Fools is April's greening, April's birthing. Something new is happening within April. It's when things start to come to life. So like the gesture is just like the joke, the stool, or the dunce. So they're like different. They're in different categories. Some people compare them the same, but that's just because different definitions and translations and however some people know the definitions as being the same. Some people don't. It's but that was my huge nitpick. I was like, I don't know, like because it's like the I mean, yeah, because it was like a French deck that they were using, but that it's still like that's that's kind of pushing it though. Yeah, I mean, like, again, not I'm not gonna like talk about it in detail in case someone actually wants to watch it. But what it does is very related to like what a trickster would do. Um, so I that's why I got it. Um, but the dude pulled the fool, so it didn't make much sense to see that comparison. But he did pull a very good prank, I guess. It was a wild card though. Like I really do get like overstand it. It was just like I didn't. It was just a nitpick. It's kind of cheesy. It's a really cheesy movie. Yeah, I guess you could compare it to that. Anytime I hear Joker, I think of it's right here in front of me because I actually had to use you recently, dude. I can't believe that sigils lasted that long. I drew that like months ago and it's still like solid. That's amazing. Whenever I hear of like a Joker, I think of this dude. Cause that's basically what he is he's a fool. He's a joke. Um he made an immature choice. He was literally tired of being bullied, so he ended up sucking up to Lucifer and committing awful crimes against humans and beings, and then became Lucifer's like right hand man, basically, just so that no one could make fun of him anymore. And that's why he's also the Ace of Pentacles, because he sold himself for the dream. There's always two paths to get to the to the life that you desire. Either sell your soul or you follow it and let it guide you through it. But that's who I think of. I don't know why. Well, I mean, I know why. I mean, obviously the characteristics of it and everything. But that's really where like the jester look comes from. But I always compare it to him. Every time it's like he just pops up in my head. That's why I don't read playing cards, because I would literally just it would be every day he'd pop up in my head like, get out, like leave. Yeah. Honestly, the more if I were to like compare what a gesture card would be like in tarot, I would kind of compare it to the sun. That would be my comparison. Because I know it technically is the Joker, but I would personally say it's more related to the sun. Just based off of what I know so far. Because the sun just being vitality, being like who you are, you're shine, you're bright. The child on the card indicating like innocence, curiosity, wonder, new beginnings, fresh life. The pony is, you know, a not fully developed but still stable foundation that you have. The sunflowers is, you know, looking towards a better future. The sun, everyone's happy in the card. Like I just feel like that's like gesture energy, is being able to have a fun time and you know, slack off. You know, not take things serious. Being in that child energy. Yeah, demonology is really interesting. There are so many. When I did my studies, I have the book somewhere. I don't know where it's at anymore. But I wrote out like all the gods like that we know of on this world, like all the old gods, and then I wrote all the demons. I had all the Kabbalist angels, and I don't know how to pronounce the inverted tree of life's name. Excuse me, but it begins with a Q. um, and I had all of those goetic demons on there. I went even further, like down the path with that, with like, you know, all the dukes and stuff, and the legions, and wrote all of them out. It was just fucking crazy. Yeah, King James wrote a book on demonology. If you want to learn about anything like dark arts for like just studying purposes, go to Aleister Crowley. Dude has a reputation for a reason, okay? And if you're not comfortable with Aleister Crowley, go to Travis McHenry and learn his path of life, because he was a literal Satanist. He was dragged into a cult with his girlfriend, and he wanted out, and he was begging the God to get out. And God said that you know, I'm gonna show you the angels and demons, and you need to like show proof of them, and that's why the occult tarot and the angel tarot exists. And one of my, it's so weird though, because when I was buying those decks, one of my friends was telling me that he did an exorcism, not an extra, but some sort of like some form of like exorcism ish thing on him. So Travis McHenry knows someone that I know, and that's really fucking weird. When you're in the occult world, dude, people just know people like that. But that's really interesting. But he did that and he got saved. And he is just like a profound occult dude because of that. He's like super cool though. Because he was really just like what do I gotta do? And he was really told just make record of all the angels and all the demons. Do what Solomon did. You wanted to have all this knowledge, you fucking do what Solomon did. And he did. And he got all the angels and all the demons, got the sigils for him. Made multiple decks of them. I have three. I have almost all of his decks. I'm missing like three of them. There's a sigil deck that he's made that I want really bad. But Travis McHenry is a really, really, really like profound occult person. Just looking into his life and his backstory and his upbringing, very, very interesting. Very, very intriguing dude. Because I did study as an Aleister Crowley, just to learn like what that path is like in a sense. Because it's like, I don't know, I just like learning a little bit about everything. And then I have an Aleister Crowley deck. That's pretty good. It's interesting. I can get why he says what he says, but Aleister Crowley decks are pretty damn close to what tarot is too, because Aleister Crowley and Pamela were both in the same Egyptian order for a while. So Aleister Crowley knows his shit. Not a good reputation. He knows his shit though. Give credit where it's due. He was just strung out on drugs and could not heal his trauma and chose to open a portal instead. That everyone told him not to open, and he said, "No, watch, I'm gonna do it anyway because it's really easy. Watch me do it. It's like this," and he opened it. But he proved you can fucking do shit like that. He proved it doesn't matter what fucking you're trying to do. You can do it. Figure a way out. And he did. He's an inspiration to the occult. And I can kind of respect him in that sense. Other than that, what the fuck? He opened that portal, man. Mm-hmm. Crowley has like 2 or 3 decks, I think. If you're gonna get one, get the Egyptian one. Get the Egyptian tarot that he has because it's very interesting. I mean, look at them obviously, but I have the Egyptian one, so I really recommend it. Aleister Crowley also seen demons before he was about to die. He realized that hell existed, at least on his ball court, because one of his final recordings was him saying, "What have I done?" He really realized how fucked up things were because of what he did. He didn't think of it at the time, but when he was on that bed, he was like, "I have fucked up." So he knew. You know what happens when that time hits. So a lot of occultists have like when they go down like the satanic route, if they do things that they're told not to do, but they just do it anyway. They have those moments on those beds, like all of them have up to date. Even the fucking Pope was reported at least screaming about demons trying to drag him to hell when he was going to sleep. So, like, so it's the world we live in. It's just how it is. I can't get mad because at the end of the day, it's like, now that we know that you can do those things, we should know how to close it, right? The ritual was fucking recorded and documented and is a world renowned. Everyone fucking knows. Even if someone doesn't know Aleister Crowley, they know, like, oh, didn't he do like a ritual or like do a portal thing? Like they talk about the portal, that or his heroin addiction, dude. It's one or the other. He's known for something. Regardless, respect to Crowley. You know, I'm not gonna shit talk anyone, especially since they're dead. Come on, you know how he is over here. But yeah, I don't know, man. Do just study. Just do your studying on these people. They might not have the same life path as you, but they have valuable information. If you can just live in harmony with that, you're good. You don't have to do none of it. That's the thing. That's been my huge motto. Is like you don't have to do that. When I was like young and like looking up hexes and looking up like black magic spells and whatever, I was like, I don't want to do any of this, but this is really cool to know about. Like this stuff exists, and I at least now know like you know, if I were to get attacked by something like this, I would know what it is at least. I looked up like the ingredients of each thing and like what does this do to the body? How does this feel? Like what does it do for this? Like I delved like deep into it. So, like I don't know. But that's what you gotta do. Like I just kinda wanna be an alchemist. I wanna learn how to transmute things. I wanna learn how to like reverse engineer stuff. Like within that spiritual sense and like the occult and magic and stuff like that. It's just like I don't know. It's just I don't know. It's just interesting to me. I like learning about shit like that. But yeah, I don't know. The biggest thing you can do for knowledge is not to like push away any walk of life. Just accept it for what it is. You can disagree with it, but always just hear out the point of the other. It might, if if it's the same point of view, do what you got to do. But if it's one that you haven't heard of yet, or it's one that leads down a different path, allow it to. So look at it from a different angle if a different angle is presented to you. And if there's not, if you feel willing to take the challenge, you can try and search for that different angle. And if, but mainly just let it come to you. Like, see, because, like, occult just means hidden, man. Occult doesn't mean, like, bad. It just means stuff that's hidden. So, and a lot of people think that things are hidden for good, but it's like, it's not hidden for good. It's hidden because someone wanted you to forget about it. Maybe it was good for their benefit, but what was it truly? It was more than what we know of now. We only know the negative side of things. What about the positives, dude? Aleister Crowley literally like helped develop sex magic. It's weird. Aleister Crowley did a lot of shit, dude. He helped like develop a lot of path of occult, like a lot of different paths, like a lot of different magics. He was fucking crazy. But he had a very bad god complex because of it too. That's another thing. He was an asshole. So at least what people have said about him, he was not the kindest person, especially in his later years. Yeah. See, cause like that's where the two tarots come from. Because there's two of the tarot decks, and Pamela's is the more accurate one. Um, I think didn't AE want to conceal a lot more than they were wanting to show, or something of that? Because I know he started like getting really scared at one point about what they were doing, and he was either like not helping them, or he was like trying to say like, let's just start concealing shit and not telling people about things. And that's why Aleister didn't like him. Pamela was weirded out by him. Pamela and him had like a really awful relationship. They had a weird, well, it was a weird relationship, not awful, but it was a weird one. Yep. I mean, they both have like very familiar information. It's just Pamela had a lot more intent. Um, AE released his deck before, I believe. It was either before or after, but the motive was just to have something out before Pamela, to prove that he knew it before her, and to try and be like, oh, well, I did it first and shit. Yeah, he did it. He changed up a lot because the major arcana wasn't a thing in the original tarot deck. Because here's the thing: the tarot deck existed before they even messed with it. The Gypsies had the first tarot deck. It didn't have major arcana in it. They made the major arcana. That's what the main thing that they were doing. They were like fighting each other heavily whenever they were doing this shit because they kept going into disagreements for like what the card should be. They were going off of the root numerology of there just being the 9 numbers and everything. Like they were, it was a difficult thing. Like they didn't exist. They needed to have like a broader image. Like these are your categories, and then here's how they can look out. Dude. It was such a crazy event that they were going through, in the Golden Dawn. But major arcana, it basically breaks down to big secrets, or overarching secrets, and the major arcana are the topics, or the main meat of the tarot cards. And they're very specific on what they indicate and what they talk about, when it comes down to it. But the minor arcana, they hold the lesser lessons, the lesser knowledge, the lesser secrets, that the major arcana would hold. Yeah. See, that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to find, Tiana. I want to find the original tarot deck. My mentor probably has an image of it. I just have to ask him, and I'll probably be able to like see a lot of things that I would like love to like delve into at some point. Um, but I would love to see the original tarot deck. I just know about it. I've never seen it. And I'm not talking about the Italian European rendition. I'm talking about the original Egyptian version, the one that the Gypsies and the Kemet, the Kemets were using in the land of Kim. I'm talking about that one. I want to see that one because that one, if decoded, would have a lot more specific and like direct information. That would be the closest to the truth that we could get, next to going back to like the Sumerian times and shit. You know what I mean? No, the Dendera tablets, that's the equinox. That's the seasons and the equinoxes. The women form the cross, signifying that the death of one and the birthing of the other, where the masculine helps hold. Because if hold on, let me pull up the picture of it. Let me pull up a picture of the Dendera tablet. But the Dendera tablet shows the correct equinox and everything, with how tarot works and everything. It like this whole thing, like, because this is just zodiac. Dendera tablets is just zodiac. You know that, right? Well, I would assume you would. But for everyone else, like, it's just a zodiac. Um, and it's talking about the seasons. It's talking about the past of life that you can be. But it's all there. Um, but the way that you would split this up using like tarot is that would be a queen That'd be the Queen of Wands. That'd be the Queen of Cups. That'd be the Queen of Swords. That'd be the Queen of Pentacles, and that'd be the King. That would be the King. No, excuse me. That would be the Knight. That would be the Knight. That'd be the Knight of Wands. That'd be the Knight of Cups. That would be the Knight of Swords, and that would be the Knight of Pentacles. And the reason this would be the Knight is because this is the transition. Knights represent transmutable. That's the mutable. It's what is it? It's mutable, right? That's what it's called. It's mutable. It's mutating. Yes, excuse me. Sorry, my brain's going all over the place. But it's mutating. It's mutable. So it shows that transition to another feminine, because the Knight's also the masculine. It's the force moving it forward. So it goes into the feminine and outbursts a new feminine. The action of them being together counts as the masculine, giving the birth to like the new start, showing that new start to a new life to move forward to a new phase. Yeah, exactly, Striker. See, I love when people know this stuff and we can talk about it, because I haven't been able to talk about this to anyone that knew about it, right? Or knows something of it. Um, but that's what's going on with that. That's what the gypsies, transcribed it from. But it's just like whenever the raids were happening and the Ark of the Covenant um was being stolen, and the Knights Templars came over and all sorts of shit of that happened, like everything got lost. Huge great chat, genuinely. I love talking about shit like this. But yeah, it's all tarot. That is tarot. That's what's in these cards. Um, and that's the beauty of it. It's how much of a relic this is. Um, because this goes, dude, it's just amazing, man. That's why I'm so passionate about it, because it's like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, we could actually be tapping into some serious power to benefit our life, and not even our life but those around us, if we actually went back to the ancient ways. It's not about tradition at this point, it's about the revival of your soul. Like, how long do you want this journey to take? It doesn't have to be this slow. You can get the information quicker. We can grow in a mass more. It doesn't have to be like a race against time, but it's like we can handle more truth than people would like, because those that are going to ignore the truth are simply just going to ignore it, and that's how they're going to be. There's nothing they can do. But for the seekers that want more, that should be more of an open, viable choice for them. Because esoterics is one thing, but this is metaphysics that's broken down in an esoteric format on cards. So it's like, what the fuck? This is psychology. This is your trip to the doctor, right? It's the same thing as like Aoife divination. Like, you just go get your divination. You didn't have to worry about going to a doctor. You just get divination. What do I need to do? I'm feeling this way. I'm feeling that way. You go get divination from a certain practitioner. Whatever your belief system is. The ancients knew way more than we will ever have known. And it's because we're so closed-minded. And the more open-minded you are, the more you have to fight yourself, because it's like, the more you search for the truth, the less people can be around you. It's just an energetic thing. It's not even that the fact that these people know you're looking at truth. It's just you start to shine different. Your aura actually fucks with them, and it's like an energetic imbalance. They just stop liking you. There's friction that happens, and it ends up isolating you, so that you can configure to yourself. And we don't know how long that takes, because we don't really realize the mask that we put on because of our like day-to-day situations, especially if we live like the same day over and over again. It's like, now you have layers upon layers of the same energy that you kind of have to like break through and get rid of and attune to higher vibrations for each of those things, you know. So I have, you know, it's a journey. But again, like doing it out of love and not out of fear, doing it out of pure curiosity, out of like a childlike mindset rather than fear is the best way to go about it. Keep things as pure as possible, at least try to. It's okay to get dirty, but it, you know, the more pure something can be, the better it is. You know, at least for you to digest in that sense. Yeah, they remain at least. That's why it's so important. Like that's literally what we're here to do is just learn other people's way of life. Like at least to me, that's what I want to do. Um, but it's not even just to learn other ways of life. It's just to connect more with others. We're so separate. We're like we shouldn't be this way. This does not sit right with me ever. It never will. I will always feel very conflicted, and it's just something that I have to work through and like on my part, because it's like, what can I do differently in my day to day that would make that change? And then at that point, like it wouldn't even be for like the grand scheme. It would just be for me and my issue with how I feel on it. So there's a lot of self-actualization that comes along with it. Yeah, to witness. That's all it is. Like I've never been one to say like black magic is bad, because I've known people who use chaos magic, and that falls under the blanket of black magic if we're gonna use it, right? Um, for good things, you know, people can use hexes and binds and stuff for good reasons too. But we're we're so rational that we think black is bad, which isn't it at all. Like how does black immediately equal bad? And how do we not see that as an issue, not as a racial issue, but as like a cognate, as like a cognate cognizance? You know what I'm trying to say? As like as something that we're aware of, that we say, and has like, you know what I mean? Like why are we assuming that's immediately bad? Because now that's like there's so many things that it leeches onto, and you know, whatever path you want to go with it, take it. But it's like that forms so many like opinions now on so many random things that you don't even like aren't aware of until you're faced with it, and you're like, oh, that's not good because that's this. And it's like, no, that doesn't make any sense, because that's actually good that it's like that. It's like people are afraid of the dark. They gotta have the nightlight on. They gotta have the false light. Exactly. You have to have chaos to find peace. You have to know what pushes you to your limit to know like what you're gonna do next. Like I really don't have an issue with anything, and a lot of people, I know a lot of people like that too. Like they just like, yeah, my friend's in a cult, and I don't know why, but I'm trying to like tell them like to be careful. They, you know, so I know like so many people like that. It's just so weird that a lot of people get scared or have that like negative connotation towards words. Because a cult is just an organization where studies and documents are held. So a school is a cult in that sense. But you know, we're not going to talk about that, are we? You know, it's not like they need like your fingerprint and like your documents and your signature for some reason assign you to something. I don't know. We're not gonna go down that rabbit hole just yet. I mean, we kind of did already. Never mind, but. But yeah, I don't know. The ego is such a wild thing. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know, dude. I just love like I watch people, like I'm a people watcher. So I'll go to like the mall and just watch people. I don't know. There's so much to learn, dude. I don't know. I like observing things. It's like I can't like restrict myself from it. It's that inner child, dude. It's so bizarre. But yeah. The issue is like actually getting up and exploring sometimes. Because there's some times where I'm wanting to like explore, but it's like a struggle to like to do it. It's like a fight against myself. And at that point, I'm just like, I'm not. If I'm gonna have to fight myself, is it really worth it? And sometimes it is. No, actually, the way that people react will tell you everything. That's why I don't say anything. When I meet people, I let them know ahead of time. I'm like, I'm not gonna talk for about probably 15 minutes, unless I instantly like vibe with you. Okay, just like off bat. So just don't feel afraid to just say whatever you want. But there's been a few people that I've met randomly, and it's just synchronicity instantly. Like we're synced up. We already like we're cool. We balance off each other. The energy's good. The vibes are good. And there's some people I just gotta sit there and be like, I don't know if I can vibe with you yet. Like I have to. I gotta figure out what's going on inside of me. What's conflicting and what's going on here. Like why do I feel this way? Because I'm not gonna project. I'm not gonna say it's you. I'm gonna look at it and be like, wait a minute, what the hell's going on? If I feel this way, then there's something wrong with me. What's going on? What the fuck? Who's got a hold of me? No, it's really rare, but it's awesome. I recently. It's nice to meet you as well, Striker, and I appreciate love that. But I recently met someone like that, hidden. It was one of my friend's friend. Um, like we didn't get like introduced. He was just in his server in a VC, and I joined, and we just clicked instantly. We like immediately just became friends. It was like so bizarre. Like the first like two sentences that were said like out of each other's mouth, and immediately like she was like, "You're weird." I was like, "Yeah, that's what's up." It's like, you know what? That's cool. I like that though, because you're real. You're real about it, and I fuck with that. I was like, "Yo." So we immediately just like became friends. When that happened, it's a really nice feeling though. It's very affirming when you have those moments. A lot of those moments happen in here. From like the interactions that happen within chat. I really fuck with a lot of people in here, and you can tell because like I'll I interact with everyone. I always try my best to. But some people I instantly click with. Yeah, there's some people that I like can't be around. Um, and at that point, I try to keep it away from like saying something is good or bad, but I'll keep in my mind that that person's either like they're either repelled because they're like above my vibration that I'm at, or they're at a past vibration that I'm trying to leave. So I kind of look at it in that sense. But there's a few times where people, like I've been around people and I'm like, I instantly just can't stand them. And it's like, I don't know. There's been people that like walk in the rooms that I've had to leave before. And, you know, I still to this day don't know if that's like a good or bad thing because I never got to know the people good enough. Um, but I don't know. Rejection is protection. That's all I know and all I'm going to focus on at the end of the day. So there was something that was up that didn't need to happen. No matter if my ego would say that it's good or bad, it didn't happen. So I'm happy it didn't. It didn't need to. Yeah. And that's like, that's just what you have to like overstand and like be with is like, there's going to be those people that you just can't stand. And it's not about hating them, it's just about just being at that mutual agreement of like, I can't be around you, but I'm not sending you like hate. I'm not gonna talk about how I felt weird around you and I don't even know you and use that as like a butt joke to like make fun of you behind your back. I'm gonna like be cool with it. You know what I mean? Like that's what's going on in that aspect. Because as long as you don't send hate, you're good. Like truly and honestly, like you don't have to be around everyone. You don't have to like be so close and lovey-dovey and kissy and hugging on everyone. You just have to, you know, tolerate and have respect. Hold room for respect and love for someone. You know, doesn't matter like what your ego says. You just hold that space of love and understanding and not of worry and stress. That's all you gotta do. And that's hard to do. Like it is for like when you're not used to it, it's hard to do because you're not trained to. But once you like train yourself, which you have to, I have to say it that way because you train yourself. But you have to train yourself to just be okay with it. Because if it bothers you, that means it's winning. And you just have to be able to control yourself to not label it, to not define it, and to just allow it to be so that it doesn't have anything to attach to you. Yeah, there was like that happens like like I have a friend that happens like on and off with. There's certain times where I can talk to them and I'm like, okay. And there's other times where we talk for like 2 minutes and I'm immediately drained and I'm like, I have to go. I don't tell them I have to go immediately, but I'm thinking to myself like I have to leave. Like I'm going to like die if I don't. Can you have a love draw with the angel deck? For sure, I got you. I got you, I got you. Of course, no worries. Hopefully you've been feeling well. Hopefully your day's been going well. I was gonna stream a lot earlier. I was just busy. I was working on a song. I have to message my friend about that. He doesn't know this yet. I'm gonna talk about it though because it was really interesting. Yesterday we were talking, and we were talking about his album because he's Echoes Collective in here when he popped in a few times. He released his album last week, and we were talking about my album. I was talking about that to some friends, and he immediately goes, "Hey, I don't know why, but I have this sudden urge to tell you to be careful about your album. Like, I feel like there's something bad that's gonna happen, or it could happen, and I just needed to warn you." And everyone in the VC was like, "What's going on?" And he was like, I don't know." And I was like, I get what you, I got you, I get what you mean. Don't worry. Like, thank you for telling me that message. Thank you for being the transmitter. I don't think he realized it, but his guardian angel, which is Gabriel, was definitely using him as like as a messenger for a minute. So I have to explain to him what happened because he was kind of confused and a little worried about like why he felt that way. So I want to make sure that he knows that everything's all good. That he actually just like have one of those channeling moments where you just realize that you have a spiritual gift. So I don't know. I've been helping him walk his path a little bit. He doesn't like talk to me all the time about stuff, but he'll ask me questions about things here and there. So it's very cool. It's a very, very interesting friendship. Anyway, um, let me get your reading though. Let's set. So first we have strength with Archangel Ariel, strength and grace through kindness, self-confidence, and forgiveness. And Page of Ariel, clever, reliable, educated, and balanced. An excellent opportunity will be offered to you, scholarships or the pursuit of education. Time to get to work. So off bat, it's safe to say Archangel Ariel is with you. Call upon Ariel for your needs at this time heavily. Call upon Ariel to give you strength for protection, and for wisdom. And yeah, Jennifer, I can see your comments. Hell yeah. I'm glad. I hope that everyone's been enjoying those sigils. I've been working on one for a while. Here, let me pull it up. Alright. I've been working on this one for a while. There's a few things I need to change about it. And then I still have to also like make the audio for it. But that one's a fun one. I'm not gonna tell you what that one is just yet though. I'm gonna keep the name a secret. But the sigil is there. Well, that'll be released soon. I gotta make sure like I even have the document up with the stuff in it. I do. Yeah, it's right here. Okay, yeah. It's right here. I got it. I just need to write the sigils down. I appreciate love it. And it's like I just love doing sigils, dude. Sigils have been so like impactful for me. I just love sigils, dude. And welcome in. How we doing? But yeah, I want to make more sigil content, but I just want to like post it out like in that sort of format. But sigils also take me a while to make in this way, especially because sometimes the angels that I'm calling on, if they don't like get along, or I'm using the wrong angel for something, or they're using it for the wrong intent, it won't work. So then I have to like wait for a while and figure out what angel would actually be better. So it takes me a minute, but it's fun to do. And then I also like have to ask them like what language would you all like best have, because I'm not like working with just like the archangels. I'm messing with like angels that aren't even in the 72 Kabbalist. These are like higher angels. Yeah, the saying of the names, because there's a difference between saying the name the way that you think it's said and then saying it the actual like way it is when you're working with the angels. The more correct you can get to saying the angel's name, the more they'll work with you, the more their energy will be around you. So that's a very important tool to have. And the resources that I use, that I even have that talk about these angels, are the ones that break down the words. And there's even a site that has all this stuff too. I think I can post that site. Let me see. I think I have that site somewhere. What is it called? Yeah, here it is. I'll just post this in here because it's another powerful tool. It tells you how to pronounce a lot of different angels' names. But this is the website that the book I use. I don't know where the book is. It's probably somewhere over there. But the Angel Defense Magic has this link in it because it's like the author's site. And then I don't have the angel deck with me, but in the booklet of that, it tells you how to pronounce all the 72 Kabbalist angels correctly. Let me see. Let me see. I don't know if this has the pronunciations, but this is the first. Why can't this? I don't care if the site can be reached or not. It doesn't matter. But this is the site that came to mind when I read that. Enochian languages. Yep. I do. Yeah. Can I speak? I do Enochian magic. Is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I do a lot of Enochian works. I love doing Enochian magic. It works quick. I've got responses every time I've done it with everyone. Responses of coming back to that individual within like 2 days. Oh goodness, Destiny. But yeah. I don't know. I remember the person that gave me the Shadow Tarot. They gave me a bunch of different decks actually, but it had this one in it, and they had on a note that it was like too strong for them. But I'm really glad that I actually have this because it's like it's such a powerful like shadow working tool, and it has a lot of other things in there too that you can do with stuff. But we're not going to talk about that other stuff. It's good for shadow work, very real, but very, very, very. It's very, very good for that. God. I would have to look through my resources, but that off the top of my head, that doesn't like ring a bell. And I'm scrolling like. It's so funny because I'm literally like seeing the PDF like in my third eye. I'm seeing the PDF like move, so I'm like remembering them. But I don't know. Off the top of my head, I don't know. I'd have to like actually go search. But I love angel magic. I don't even know why I got called to do angel magic. I don't even remember how that even happened. I remember I got called to do like prayer work for someone. And then I did that. and then I did it again for my dad before he passed away, and then after that it just kind of like evolved. But working with like the higher angels and like the ones outside of the Kabbalists are really fucking, it's so cool. They're very interesting. Also, I'll just do this because I love like I love giving resources out, so I might as well just do this too. If you're looking for like PDFs to download for like free of, you know, books or whatever, like any kind of book, this is a good site to go to. You just go there, you search up whatever book you want, and it's like you get to download it. I've downloaded like occult books. I've downloaded books on like angels, on sigils, on hoodoo, on like I found the dragon series that I used to read in like elementary school and middle school on the site. So it's a good source if you're, you know, if you're looking for books and don't want to pay or don't have money to pay for a book. That's a good site to use. I've been using it for a while. Yeah, they don't have every book, but the ones that I've like looked up and some of the like more like obscure and abstract ones that I have from that site, they have like a decent like range. Show that might be one of the female angels, because I know they have their own thing. You have like the archangels and like their counterparts, and some people call them the archangel twin flame, but it's really the feminine side of that masculine archangel. And then there's 72 of those for every Kabbalist angel. There's the opposite of it to balance out its scale. I got you, Tiana. Because I usually post them on the community tab, but like my posts don't get out. So like if I remember, or if it's like on a topic of something, or someone asks, and I just have that resource on deck, I'll put it in the chat. Unless it's a PDF, I can't put PDFs in the chat, obviously. Email me at that point. I used to have people email me and say, "Can you find this PDF for me?" And I would just go searching for it. Dude, that shit was fun a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. That's what I used to do all the time. I used to like search in archives for stuff. There was I had a really weird music project that is no longer like, I called it kaput for a reason because it was gonna end abruptly. But there are like there's a whole like 2 albums that I never released, and one of the songs is made entirely out of like really old like cults, and they're like interviews, one-on-one interviews that were like not public. And I made like a whole like obscure like album based off of it, and it was really weird. My occult phase was really like musically motivated at one point. I made like a 10-minute song based on like being faced with your shadows, and had a friend voice act through it all. And it is an unsettling thing. It's an art piece for sure, but I don't know. I have some of my, I just wish I have all of it. I don't have all of the art anymore. Some of it's just memories, because no one has proof of it. But I made so much art during like my deep occult phase of life, and it was just like obscure. And it like the style of that I kind of developed in that era of my time, of my life, kind of bleeds onto my music now, but not as heavy. So it's like really weird. Awesome tea on it, but that's cool. But yeah, the female angels are a thing. Not many people know about them, which is weird. Um, they're like some people when they learn about angels, they just kind of stop after like the 72 Kabbalists or sometimes even the archangels, depending on like who they are. But there's like sister angels, dude. There's so many. Because then you have like they're the their ranks, and then all the angels within that rank and everything of that nature. It's so cool. I think I can probably. Does it still exist? Hold on. If that one art project still exists, I'll post it in chat. I don't really care if people find it. No one really knows about it though. Like it was mainly something that really really close friends knew about. Damn, 4 years ago. 4 years ago? I thought that was longer ago. Damn. I don't know what this is. I'm kind of concerned. I don't know what this is. There's nothing here. It's just blank. Why is that here? Okay, well, whatever. I guess it's okay. I don't know. Something concerned me. There's nothing to be concerned about. But yeah. There's not much on it. Like I didn't work a lot on it. I had literally just like 2 albums that I never completed of it. But Verboten was supposed to be the first song off the album. I have all the songs, some of them. Like I have bits and pieces of every bit of every song. So I don't think I would like complete it. Plus the name Kaput kind of goes along with it. It was really just like I don't know, a very unsettling just like this is I don't know. It was just what I was at the time. I was just looking at the depths of the soul at that point. I don't know. Art was it's just art at the end of the day. Yeah, because like a lot of the feminine's like removed from stuff. Like when I talk to God, I talk to mother. I don't say God. I say hey mom. I say mother. Try doing that. If you have a hard time getting things to move, try saying mother. Try speaking to mother. Don't ask mother for anything. Just give her updates. Be like, hey, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling bad. Like, you know, don't ask, for anything. Just be like, hey, I'm feeling this way. Things are going this. This happened to me. I'm just trying to do these things. I'm just, letting you know, and then say I love you, and then like do that a few times a day. And things begin to like actually like morph and change on the physical very quickly. Because a lot of people when they say God, they imagine a masculine or a genderless image. But if you talk directly to mother, the one that's nurturing the knowing or the stability of like the belief or walk of life that you're taking, then it begins to actually nurture through you. Yep. And then to take it a step further, Stephen, that the arc, um, you know how it was split. We need both one. We need a man and a woman of of each. So for the 144,000, for every man there will be a woman. For every masculine energy there will be a counterpart. That doesn't mean they have to match and be together. There just means that there's going to be a counter to keep it balanced. And so that when they are, morphed into wholeness, excuse me, I'm not trying to say one here, but into wholeness, they'll be in complete balance. I think Jesus is a girl. That's funny. Yeah, always. It's it really, sometimes, I really hate saying it like this, but sometimes it really just is that easy to just have that gratitude and to do those small things. It's our ego that makes it seem like it's not worth our time. That's all it is. Um, but you know, it's not that mother or the feminine energy is running away from you, or it isn't coming towards you, or that you're repelling it. It's just that you're not calling upon it. You're not interacting with it, and the best way to start interacting with it is just by talking to it, and it would be mother. So just say that, when, especially if it's just, you don't even have to put it in like a religious sense or in the sense of it being God or anything. You can just keep that feminine aspect to you and say that there's a mother and a father watching over you from the inside, which is technically the same thing, right? For the ones that get it. And yeah, just keeping it like that, so that when you say mother, it's not like referring to like a god outside. It's just referring to that feminine heart within, the divine mother. It's not Mother Mary or Magdalene. It's simply mother. It is the mother. It is the mother of mothers, because you have the father of fathers and the mother of mothers that then gave birth to the sons, which were the pharaohs, and the daughters, who are the priestess, and which then gave birth to the rest, and the whole pyramid. Sorry, my brain shut off trying to describe all that. I was visualizing it and trying to talk about it at the same time, and it got too much. But yeah, you can go deep with things, but I don't feel like right now is the time to go that deep with stuff. It's a field trip though. But either way, just talk to mother, talk to the feminine part of you, and just update it. Just let it know how you're doing. Just be like, this is what's going on. I'm happy. I feel this way about these things, and this is about that. Because when you're talking to father about it, he's gonna keep saying why this, why that, why that. Trying to get down to the base of it. But you just are trying to be heard at first. You don't need to work on it at first. You're just trying to get nurtured first, so that you have something, or the energy to work off of it. So the same that you wouldn't go to someone for advice that would have good advice for you, but you just wouldn't be able to handle at first. The same for that, as do the same for that as you would for yourself on the internal. Um, Thank you for the donation. I appreciate that, and of course, no worries. It doesn't matter if I get thrown off topic. We're just talking in general. But what insight can I give in regards to overcoming a cigarette addiction? Mint. Other than mint, really just learning to smoke healthier herbs. But smoking is really just like a stress thing. What makes you smoke cigarettes? Kind of look at it in that sense. Other than that, get professional help, because I've never smoked cigarettes before, so I wouldn't really know how to fully do that. But for stress management, kind of just see like what makes you smoke cigarettes, or what events make you want to smoke cigarettes, and like do your best to dissect it in the sense of like what about it, and keep it as you need to at first. If it's about a particular individual, make sure that you are knowing that it's this individual. If you can't see anything past it for a while, that's okay. Take your steps, but after a while you go, what does this individual do that makes me want to smoke a cigarette? And you go like, he stresses me out, they stress me out because XYZ, or this situation stressed me out because XYZ, and you break it down even more to like, this stress is giving me energy to do the things that I need to do, but why can't I calibrate to that energy? And is my body not ready for the things that my mind's bringing me, which is making me anxious because my brain's making me feel like I'm gonna run out of time because I'm still needing to relax? Or is it just like me not being able to handle like just the energy in general, right? But overall, don't beat yourself up. Relapses will happen. And if you are gonna smoke, what is it? It's black seed oil, so you can detox your lungs. If you are struggling with it and you're just trying to keep something healthy, black seed oil will help you. Help detox your system, while you're weaning off if you end up relapsing. Yeah, and then there's air vapes too. Because really, the main thing about smoking that a lot of people realize is it's not really the smoking that you enjoy, it's the mouth fixation. It's the fact that you need something to do this with. So you can get like a piece of paper, start rolling paper and stuff, and hold it in that sense. Remembering that it's paper, of course, not smoking it, because that'd be awful. But if you forget and it happens, but it reminds you. But do things of that nature. Do things to try and remove that muscle memory. Working out gives that same reaction to that muscle, like lifting weights and stuff. Like even if it's just like tiny, like 5 pound ones, doing that will help with it too. I gotta turn on the air because I am sweating. The air is on. It's just hot. Also, breathing exercises. My mom used to do deep breathing when she struggled with smoking. Um, she would like inhale really deep and then exhale really heavy, which would give like the same reaction of like inhaling and exhaling like cigarettes and stuff. And she would do like constricted breathing stuff to kind of help her with that. I don't know how well that would be for you, but that's what she did for a while. And that helped her like not need to smoke as much because it gave the body the same like muscle reaction. So it was like, okay, I guess it happened. Just trying to trick your brain. And I appreciate love the other donation. Thank you so much. But of course, I appreciate love you as well. It's what we're here to do. Yeah, the patches. Sometimes the patches don't help people. But a lot of people that I talk to, the patches have worked for. Um, Also, you can try like caffeine patches. But like that's trading an addiction for an addiction. You have to be careful with that. But some people can kind of wean off of that because some people don't get attracted to caffeine that easy. So if you don't have like a uber craving for caffeine, you can try and like swap it like that and then just like wean off of the caffeine. Um, but yeah, same with my mom hidden. My mom had to quit smoking because she was on oxygen and she wouldn't quit smoking, right? But when she didn't need to be on oxygen, she didn't mind people smoking around her. She completely stopped. But she would joke around and be like, "You're making me want to have a cigarette," and that would get everyone to like stop being an asshole and goofing off. So it was funny. I mean, we all have different walks of life. Some people are for smoking, some people aren't. I'm not gonna say one thing's gonna kill you and the other one's not. I'm just gonna say that, you know, you do what you gotta do. Whatever you truly desire to do in life that's gonna make you feel better, go for it. I will support you regardless, you know, because it's not my life. I'm not gonna tell you not to do something, unless it's harming someone. I'm gonna be like, why are you gonna like? You don't need to do that. Like, come on, you know what I mean? Like, let's be real. I'm overthinking it, obviously, right? Because, you know, air placements, but still, that's a funny joke to make. Regardless. Oh, patches aren't helping that much. Yeah, some patches work better than others. That, you know, that I know about. That's just everything, though. Um. mm. Yeah, I was shown that I needed to take care of myself because I had back pain one day, and I went to the doctor because I was like it stayed for a solid week, and something happened with my spinal cord, and like one of my spinal things snapped, and like fluid was leaking out of it, and I didn't even know about it. Like, it didn't feel bad, but I was like, holy shit, like that could have been fucked up if I didn't get that shit. Like, dude, if I would have fell or anything or like stretched the wrong way, I would have fucking died or something, dude. Like, I would have been paralyzed or something would have happened. I don't know, but there was fluid, so I got that fixed. So I was like, I gotta like start going on exercises again. So I started going on like daily walks, and I would walk like 3 miles a day, like there and back. Mm. I've never heard of Pico before. I've heard of like, I never knew what it was called. I'll say it that way actually. I've heard of what it is. I've never knew what the name, the diagnosis of it was. Huh. No, I just got better. They sent me straight to physical therapy. I didn't get any surgeries. They said just go to physical therapy. I was like, okay. And I did physical therapy. I did a bunch of stretches. I still do them to this day. Even my meniscus, I tore my meniscus like 6 years ago, and I still do those knee exercises to this day. And I still do some of the door stretches and stuff that I was taught how to do. So luckily, I didn't get tapped, but I fixed it, and I ended up healing that myself. Because I told them off bat I wasn't going to take any medicine. I was like, I'm not taking medicine. They said, well, you're going to go to physical therapy. I said, that's perfectly fine. I don't care about physical therapy. That's fun. I don't want to take medicine. I'm not going to get drugged up. I'm sorry. I can't. Because I wasn't in pain, so I didn't need any pain meds. And they kept trying to push them on me. I'm like, I'm not going to take your fucking oxycodone. Like, leave me alone. I don't need it. I'm fine. Like, there's no pain. And I didn't have pain in physical therapy. I just needed to become more flexible. Mm, I get that. I was just listening into the birds. I'm not even gonna lie. I just like, I heard them like talking out there. I was like, I want to just listen to that for a minute. There's nothing going on. Mmm. Yeah, I have an irregular heartbeat. Um, my heart beats faster than normal. Like when I exercise, my heart gets up to like 190 something, and that's like normal for me. Once it starts getting to around like 200, like 200 like 1 or something, I start to like get really dizzy. But I also have a leak in my main artery in my heart, and it just leaks on my lungs, and my heart doctor said I was fine. He was like, have you had any heart issues? No. Heart attack? No. Heartburn? No. Okay, I guess you're good. Like, can you breathe well? Yeah. Yeah, you're fine. I was like, okay. So I just have a little tiny hole in the middle of the main artery. And it's just how it is. I don't know. I feel like it's fine. I guess. I don't know. I'm okay. I tell people about it, and some people get worried. And it's like I don't really like. I feel like if it was an issue, it would have done something by now. It's been like over 10 years, but I don't know. You know what I mean? Goodness, Matt. Thank you so much, Maddie. I appreciate the donations. I truly do. Yeah, I get that completely. Sometimes it's just how grieving is for people. You latch onto this something, and that, don't let that beat you up. Don't let that make you feel less than. You know, if you're desiring to lean off of an addiction, you will 1000% be able to do it. It just is. It's a matter. Okay, that was a little funny. Anyway, it's just a matter of time. I feel like that was done on purpose. I don't know. It was just kind of lined up too well. And hey, yo, I'm doing well. How are you all? Yeah, for real. It happens all the time. Like I say, oh, I'm gonna do this, and it's like, oh, you are. I'm gonna do this then. Like, okay, cool, but it's whatever. Some people say spicy foods help with cigarette addictions too. I don't know if they were saying it backwards or not, but I've had a few people say that like hot spicy foods like help them stop smoking. I don't know. God, they should just come around and vacuum everyone's places. They're already doing it. Hell yeah. Of course, Maddie. And like, if you need any like advice for really, you know, how to allow yourself not to like, beat yourself up over like trying to stop smoking and stuff, really sit with the observation of like, whenever I do smoke, it's gonna be because of contemplation. Add that intent to it. add that intent of like, if I'm trying to figure out how to stop smoking, let me smoke, and then the action of me smoking is going to fuel myself to think of things to wean me off of this, or remind me of what caused me to start doing this, and to work through that in that sense, and then move forward in that sense. You know, anything done with the pure intent is important, but not all the no we don't always make conscious decisions. You know what I mean? We don't always do things consciously. We just get that feeling because of a subconscious thought, and then move forward because we think it's like the next best thing to do. um, but if we moved with more intent behind our steps, we would go a lot further. And it goes down to the point of really like setting an intent for everything. Like, you know, when I rise in the rising, I'm my intent is to make a boundary of nothing but high vibrations and positivity and optimism be sent my way, and then moving forward with that all day, and doing that like consecutively. But you know, keeping that intent then builds that reality around you. Same thing for procrastination. The intent for procrastination is finding things not to do in the meantime that prevent you from doing your main goal. Um, it has an intent, and that intent is to keep you distracted, and it will work even when you feel bad about it. Yeah, this new moon's gonna be very fun. I have really, really, really good feelings about this moon. I have super good feelings about this moon. Dude, I'm actually so much more busier than I thought. And the more I sit down and remember the things I have to do, the more I get like, the more I have to sit and think of like, how am I gonna do this? Because like, I was told yesterday that we're DJing on the 10th of next month, on May 10th, and I'm not ready to DJ. I don't even know. I don't have anything in my vault ready, and I've been working on songs, and I've been preparing in my mind like I'm gonna have a song finished to play live, and I don't even have that. So now I'm like, fuck, I gotta finish a song and make a mix and get songs for the mix in like 2 weeks. And then everything else on top of that, it's like, I don't know. I pop out a hermit, and then I have all this stuff happening. Hell yeah. Yeah, I haven't made my mix yet for the DJ thing. I don't know what it's gonna be about. I'll think about it. I want to do something different though. I remember, I don't know who it was, but someone's like, um, someone's like grandma from Panama was at the last rave I DJ'd at, and they were like, they were talking to me, and I'm not gonna say everything that they said because they were talking really funny. Anyway, and she was like, no matter what happens, you just keep going, keep doing this. We need more of what you're doing here. And I said, I know, that's why I'm here. I'm not gonna stop. My energy's needed here. And she goes, yeah, you have a lot of energy. I was like, I'm no. She goes, she said, "You know, you're going places with this." She was like just telling me like all sorts of stuff, and I was like, "Yeah, I've been preparing for it." And after I said I've been preparing for it, like I had like a huge energy like wave go over me, and she looked at me and said, "Yeah, I can feel that," and I was like, "That's what's up." So she already knew that I was. She was like, whatever you go, just move forward. And she was like, God bless you. And I was like, no, like God bless you. Like thank you for like reminding me of something that like of my dream. It was just one of those magical moments. Um, it was just so I don't know. Because sometimes I get worried about my DJing, and I always feel like I don't know. That's just like me overthinking, obviously, and overanalyzing, knowing that I could do something better, but I don't because of like a lack of knowledge, and just putting the spiritual studies above that. So it's like I struggle with that a little bit, but then just like whenever those moments happen, I'm like, you know what, I got nothing to worry about, and then I just like don't worry. Because I don't get stressed out before I DJ anymore. I used to get terrified and shake and stuff, but now I don't care. Now I don't know. Life is moving. I'm very intrigued to know what's gonna happen. Well, I kind of know what's. I can kind of tell. But from the rune reading, I'm probably wrong because it's gonna switch up or something. But regardless, times are gonna get very fun. But yeah, I get good ideas. I've had like ideas in the back of my head. I just don't have the songs. I have to like buy them. Um, but other than that, hmm. That's all it literally took. Because like whenever people say you did a good job at this set, I enjoy hearing that, but to like get pulled aside by someone and was like to be singled out and like told things like that, that's a whole that's a it actually speaks to your soul. You know what I mean? It's just it's beautiful. The experience of life is such a beautiful thing. It's just our brain is so corrupt at the end of the day. We just have to kind of like live with that and balance it out. And yeah, I don't follow a plan. I don't have any. I don't like plan or schedule things at all. It's bad. It's a really bad habit. Um, but I just don't. But whenever I do schedule something, I stick to it, unless something like weird happens. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the very first time I DJ'd with the group that I was with at like the place that we stay at um I said don't be afraid. Hold on, I'm trying to remember exactly what I said at the end of the set. I was like, don't forget that no matter what you do, you know to do it to your fullest, and that you're always loved, and that I love you, or something along those lines. And I feel like doing that again on this set. Because I don't know. People just need to be told they loved more, man. I don't even care if you yell at me after I say it. You're gonna be like, damn, I'm loved after that. And I'm still gonna love your dumbass after yelling at me too. That's just how it is. But I'm gonna keep it at a distance, you know? Hell yeah. I just now read the birthday comment. That's why I said hell yeah, by the way. I should have clarified that. Um, but yeah, I'm probably gonna get off, um, do some other things, and then be back in the afternoon. That's what I'm shooting for. It may not happen, uh, but that's what we're shooting for. Um, Regardless, though, the email's there. Donation links are there if you're wishing to donate. Website's there if you're wanting services. Regardless of all that, though, thank you for just being here. Thank you for the likes, the conversations, the ideas, the shared mentalities, the love, the respect that you all had here. I truly love you all. It's always a journey. It's always a blessing to have you here. But I love you all so much. It would have back tenfold and forever. And